it was, I always remember like sitting down with my mom and doing lots of like different things to try to get me to read. One, so it wasn't as hard and I could like be with my grade level on reading, like especially over the summer, like she was always creating activities for me to do to try and catch up. And it was really hard for me, and I always had a problem with skipping over small letters. Was just my big problem, and I would always like I never had trouble seeing the board, but every time I would write something, I would always like move it to the side. Like if I was drawing, writing, doing whatever, I would always move it to one of my sides, so it would be easier to see. Um, I didn't notice like very much of it, like having too much trouble doing things. Like I wasn't a very good reader, or which made me a bad writer. Like I wasn't very descriptive, and I had trouble with punctuation where I should capitalize. I never liked reading either because it was so hard for me, and it would take me forever to get through a chapter book. And now after our therapy, I've like seen a whole bunch of things that are better now that I've seen my eye improve. Like I'm almost like above my grade level in reading. I'm a really good writer. It's easier for me to play soccer and like follow the ball with my eyes because I would always like miss it because I didn't know where I should put my foot to find where the ball was. Um, and so now I can do that. Um, and it's just kind of made doing things a lot easier. Like now that I have my board to write in, um, and it just makes me a whole lot better, and I enjoy myself.
Well, before we were having trouble reading, we were below grade level, and he would reread words and stumble and sound things out, and we would sound them out. He would get it. Then the very next sentence, he'd have to sound out the same word, and we were missing little words and replacing little words that weren't there. And I kept asking the teachers, something's wrong. Is dyslexia a possibility here? They say, no, no, this is just normal for boys his age learning how to read. That's just normal. It's just normal. But I just had a gut feeling that this wasn't normal. Um, and then one day he really maybe I would ask him, can you see the page? Can you see the blackboard? And he would say yes. But now I realize after going through all this, he didn't know what seeing was. He didn't know what blurry was because he saw how he saw. And so it was what it was, and he couldn't compare it to anything else. And then, as I said, he self-diagnosed. One day he just said, you know, when I close one of my eyes, I can't see out of the other eye. So, you know, red flag, uh-oh. Within 2 weeks, we were at Dr. Lou's, and then Dr. Lou got us over here. And I know everybody probably has the same exact things that lead up to it, but so let's go over some of the stuff that's better now. Just some of the weird things, like he can read what's on the TV from being in the kitchen. You know, I took that for granted because I can do that. I would think he could do that. When we go to the movies and there's words in the movies, he wasn't able to read that. He can read it now. We would be driving around in the car and he would say, this is after therapy, he would say, I can read that sign. I can read the name of that building. I know what's going on in the world all of a sudden, where, you know, that's kind of sad for me because I didn't realize at the time that he couldn't do any of that stuff. His reading is awesome, above grade level, no more rereading, no more stumbling, no more having to, sound out words over and over and over. And his grades have improved. He likes school better. He tells me that he feels more confident just going to school. I'm taking a test today, and instead of being scared, I'm confident. I know I can see, I know I can go in there. I would also say that I put in my success story, the slant board was huge for us. He could tell a difference. His teachers could tell a difference. Like, there's a couple days he would forget it, and they would call me and say, hey, he didn't have his board today, and I could tell a difference. So we know that it's working. So, I mean, we're just so excited to have things that I took for granted that I thought he had before, and now when he says that he has them now, it's just awesome. So we are so thankful to Aspire and Robin and Dr. Gettner, and we're so excited, right?
Mm-hmm.